The facts that will be presented are true.
Eat your food, don't shoot it.
Here it comes. Yeah, we talk games. Come on, we talk games. Go!
I didn't think that thing would get 10 feet.
Go! Here we go. Go!
And we will go. Stay with the bird, Wiggly. Stay with the bird. Young and fresh, here we go. We talk games. The year is 2019 still, and we are in the month of August. I am Wiggly, and first time in studio, there's a guy here.
Hi.
Hi.
Wiggs, thanks for having me.
Who are you?
My name is David Saba. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to talk about some retro games.
Let's do it. And not only are we going to do that, but in the booth, Sean Cunningham.
Yo!
Sean Cunningham is in the booth today. We're a little hot, Sean. We don't have headphones on. That's how confident we are in your dashboard skills. Is that what you call these things? A mixing board? You call it a dashboard? What do you call a steering wheel on a boat, David?
A steering wheel.
What?
Do you? I don't know.
I think you just call it a wheel.
Do you? I don't have boats.
I said sprocket, not socket. That's what the problem was. What are we going to talk about today, my friend, in the studio? It's so great to have someone in the studio.
Oh, we're going to talk about Ninja-kun, Adventure of Devil Castle.
This is the one that you recommended.
Yeah, the original title is Ninja-kun Ma-jo no Boken.
Oh,
and it came out for the Famicom in 1984, which is one of the first titles. I believe the Famicom came out in 83.
I played the arcade version, of course, because this is Arcade Weekly, a weekly arcade review show where we talk about arcade games weekly, except sometimes the Famicom version gets played by one of the hosts.
So Ninja-kun, otherwise known as Ninja Kid, came out in both arcade and Famicom in 1984.
Yes.
It's a side-scroller action adventure. It's an up-scroller. It really is.
The first one's an up-scroller.
It's an up-scroller, yes.
The second one, you have more lateral movement as well.
Yep. And you are a ninja. You're an adorable-looking ninja.
You are crazy adorable.
And
who made this?
UPL. So UPL, yeah.
Yeah, UPL. United Power and Light Company.
And it was distributed by Jaleco.
Oh, Jaleco.
For the Famicom. Yep.
Yes.
And you really just have to master the technique of bumping into other cute, adorable ninjas that are trying to kill you.
That's what's neat about this.
And freezing them and then killing them with your shuriken? Shuriken?
Yes,
is that the right way to say that?
Yes, it is. You have shuriken, and then you also can get a fire circle, right? Is that in the first one, or is that in the second one?
That's in the second one.
Oh, okay,
yeah, that's in the second one.
You only have shuriken fights in the first one.
Yeah, shuriken fights. And it's fun because you can get into almost like a battle mode where you're just flinging shurikens as fast as you can.
Yeah, button
and
mashing.
So is the enemy,
Yes.
and only one can be left standing. One of you will die.
That's true.
It's just a matter of how fast you can mash those buttons.
And you mentioned about bumping into people, and this is an unusual play mechanic in that, well, first of all, let me talk to you about not having the instructions for the game on the arcade. How the hell do I jump? I know I got to go up this mountain. I can't jump. Because in the first game, if you're standing still and you press the jump button, it will make you go down. You go down the mountain. But if you want to jump up, you got to be running left or right. You don't press up and the jump button, or you'll just go down.
Right.
So that was the only play mechanic that I had a little bit of trouble with. Let's talk a little bit about making mechanics. We haven't done making mechanics in a while. I don't know. You hit people with things. And I didn't even bother to try to figure out any making mechanics. Maybe My Hero? No, definitely not. Maybe Kid Nicky? No, definitely not. These are throwing shurikens at people, and as you mentioned, they are cute ninjas.
Adorable.
And I will tell you that I will admit with no equivocation that Hudson got some ideas for PC Caveman, otherwise known as Bonk, from this title. What year did this come out?
84.
Oh, yeah, this is way before Bonk.
Yeah. Ninja Kid 2 came out in 87.
Okay, it doesn't matter, because the first Ninja Kid, even though the graphics are very rudimentary compared to Part 2, the ways that the ninja's eyeballs flash back and forth and bulging out is the same thing that happens to Bonk
that's right.
Bonk's enemies.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things in this game where I said, oh my God, Bonk was just lifted from this. I wonder if some of the same people from UPL went on to later work for Hudson. And why wouldn't they? Because UPL made a lot of games.
I think you solved the Scooby-Doo riddle. They would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids.
Pesky Ninja Kids.
Yeah.
Ninja Kid 2, is that only single player? That's something I didn't know. That's something I didn't try to play 2-player. Oh, yeah, it said press 1 or 2-player start for Ninja.
It's multiplayer, yep. Ninja Kid 2 is multiplayer.
But is it one after another? It might be one after another and not simultaneous.
Yes, one after the other, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, David Oogle.
I love, there's sort of like a brother game in the Ninja Kid series. It's Ninja, and I'm going to butcher this, Ninja-kun.
Oh, yeah. That's the one where you had a blow-up figure of it, and you can stick your thing in 6 different orifices, and then your mom catches you, and then George Lucas gets in trouble.
No, close.
Oh, okay.
But the complete none of that.
Okay.
The screen is frozen, sort of like Donkey Kong, and
Okay.
you have to kill all of the enemies on the screen in order to get to the next screen.
Oh, like a bubble bobble.
Like a bubble bobble, sort of, yes.
Do you encase them in any type of bubbles?
No, it's the same.
Shuriken them.
You shuriken them and you bump into them so that you can stun them.
Okay.
And then kill them while they're stunned.
That's what I wanted to mention. The stunning. Yeah. That's when their eyeballs bop.
Their eyeballs are bopping out just like Bonk.
So you can bump into them or jump on top of them like Mario. Because originally I thought, you can only Mario these dudes.
No.
That's kind of neat that you can Mario them and throw crap at them and you don't die when you run into them.
Right.
But then I learned that they can also bump into you, but it's not like a joust system. It's who's running into who. Like if you know you're jumping into them, they get knocked out. If they jump into you,
you're stunned.
Then you're stunned.
Yeah. In Maru-kun,
yes.
You also get these cool little power-ups that aren't in the other games. You can get on what appears to be a small car, almost like a little wheelie thing, and you fly up and down the levels and run over all the enemies.
Oh, sort of like a City Connection.
Or you can get a power-up where the entire screen goes to nighttime mode, and all of the enemies are frozen. Mm-hmm. They sort of flicker these cool psychedelic lights color feel to them.
Right. Because that's one thing I want to mention about this game too, and I'll let you get right back into that nighttime disco lights.
Yes, disco light mode.
Especially in the second one, the color swap is crazy, and there's these balls that come flying out of the lettering that are right out of something. If you ever saw Time, I'm out of time. Time doing something, which was a pinball game for the
Time Lord
graphics. No, it was called Time.
Time after time. Time after time.
Now I got to pay royalties. It was time. I want to say Time Crisis. I know that's not what it wasn't, but I'm going to just say that. So go ahead with the palette swap.
All the enemies freeze. They turn into these psychedelic colors. The background goes into nighttime mode, and a giant mystical frog shows up, and you jump on his back, and he just devours all of the enemies on the screen. It's really cool.
This game is chock full of Japanese lore.
Yes.
It is wonderful if you want to play a game with Japanese lore. And I will say that this game has a very even play mechanic as far as wanting to go back into this game as an arcade title. The first one does. The second one, the jury is out. Now, I want to mention on the first one, like I said, the graphics are very rudimentary, but there's some things that carry over. And one is when you hit some of these ninjas, you get a picture of your girlfriend or the queen. What's going on there?
It seems like sometimes you're taking like their souls. Is that what that is? That you're collecting those orbs?
No, not the orbs.
Not the orbs.
When they leave behind a portrait.
Oh, it's a scroll. It's a scroll.
Yeah, it's a scroll, but it's got like a lady's picture on it, or it's got a goblin's picture on it.
It's got a picture on it. Yeah, I don't know. The graphics are a little too rough for me to make that out.
And in the first one, you do fight different types of enemies.
Yes.
And
the boomerang guy is the worst. I hate the boomerang guy.
He throws like a Sai boomerang.
Yeah.
And he is a egg goblin. He's a goblin like a super long-nosed goblin, except that he's in like a half an egg. So I don't know what the name of that monster is, but he's there.
You get some more advanced ninjas. One drops bombs on you.
Oh, you got the kabuki. You get the kabuki fella. Yeah.
And then the other one throws fireballs at you.
Yes, and I don't remember what he looked like.
He sort of had like the full samurai outfit on.
Okay. So basically, you're trying to jump up to the top, and you need to defeat everybody.
You do.
And then the game freezes, and then you win that stage. The interesting thing about this is as you're jumping up and down, so can the enemies. Sometimes you're going up the mountain thinking, okay, that's what you got to do, go up the mountain and kill the enemies, and that's normally what you do. But every now and then, one of the ninjas jumps like fucking freak show.
Yes.
And you don't realize that he's way underneath you.
It's LeBron James in a ninja outfit. Yes. Yeah.
That's what happens with him. He's evidently in the sports ball arena. And
that is the technical term. Yes.
Yeah. And you like the sports ball, I take it.
I am a sports ball fan. Yes.
Yes. Is that what happens? You go up and down a mountain and you try to beat people. The only frustrating thing I felt about the first one was that jump mechanic. When I wanted to jump up, you had to jump sideways up. And when I just press the jump button and you're standing on higher parts of the mountain, you will go down a mountain part.
Yes. You know what I really like about the sister game or brother game? Let's call it a brother game, Jaja Maru-kun, because in Japan the backstory is it is the brother of Ninja-kun, of Ninja Kid.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's his brother. And what's interesting is at the top of the screen, you see the bad guy, and he's got like a goatee, and he's got a patch over one eye, and he's sort of like a heavier set guy with very skinny little legs that dance back and forth. And he's got your girlfriend right next to him. It reminds me so much of one of my favorite games for the Nintendo, Guerrilla War, where the final boss is the dictator of the country, and of course you're Fidel Castro and Che, so that you can free the country and then enslave it for more decades. So you reach the boss, and it's this guy with a goatee and an eye patch, and he's got these little spindly legs, and he drops bombs on you, just like Ninja-kun Jaja Maru-kun. And it's kind of a direct ripoff.
Jaja Maru-kun.
Jaja Maru-kun.
Let me see how it's spelled.
Right there.
Can I touch this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jaja Maru-kun.
Yeah, Maru-kun. Yeah.
So check that game out. It's fun.
We often talk about Pachinko-kun on this show, which is a pachinko game and nothing like a ninja. Before we get on to Ninja Kid 2, which also I am assuming came out for the NES.
None of these came out for the NES.
What?
They're all Famicom only.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I meant.
Yeah, they're all Famicom only.
Okay, so but Ninja
so
Kid
kids,
2.
you can download them on your emulators.
Oh, we don't do that.
Or you can pick up the original games. You know, there's eBay now.
Yeah, you can pick up these
play
original
them
games probably for like $2 and a half bag of Funyuns.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The loose Famicom cartridges are so inexpensive on games that have names like this.
And these are the perfect Famicom games to pick up for those of us, including myself, who cannot read or speak Japanese.
Yeah, because it's based on an arcade game where you sort of see what's happening with the story, and the story is kill.
Yeah.
And murder.
Kill or be killed.
But the people, they come back.
By adorable, adorable ninjas.
Oh, the other thing about this, very ninja lore-y, is when you finally kick the bucket, as we all will one day, you turn into a bunch of fallen feathers.
Yeah.
So that's very ninja-y, as the kids say. Now, here's a very important part before we go on to part 2. Can you spell stinky? We haven't had this part of the show in a long time. And as a matter of fact, you can. You can spell stinky, and then I think in Ninja Kids 2, you can spell stinky, and then a cherry, and then a heart or something. You could be able to spell stinky and 2 extra characters as well. So it's very important. And when you put in your name, remember that you can spell stinky. Hey, by the way, I smell stinky.
Hey!
Oh, Stink, it's wonderful that you came here when we have a brand new co-host on the show.
Yeah, well, I thought I heard noises, and I was like, what the hell? You haven't done a We Talk Games since February. So what's going on? Because I know when my album dropped, that was just too popular. I got 17 views, despite all the hard work I did. But when you were going to get that deal with those people, then I thought, oh, you don't need Stink anymore. But I heard you say my name. So, who's this?
Well, Stinky, it's nice to meet you. My name's David Saba.
I know it's nice to meet me. Yeah, thanks.
I mean, it's not great to smell you, but, it's nice to meet you.
Oh. Okay, go ahead. What happens with you?
What happens with me?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a retro video game fan / collector. Mostly 8-bit, 16-bit stuff. So Nintendo, Famicom, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, Master System, Genesis.
I know what they are. I'm called Stinky the Game Master, not Stinky the I don't know anything about Games Master.
Stink. Come on now. What is wrong with you?
Stinky, I'm a publicist. So if there's anything you need me to help promote, I kind of do that. I can help you out.
Well, I got a movie coming out.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Stinky, you've had a movie coming out, I think 2008?
Well, sometimes you got to work on a movie. It's coming out soon, though.
All right.
I do like the sports ball. I specifically like baseball and football. I'm a big Japanese baseball fan, Nippon Pro Baseball.
Oh, really? Nippon Pro Baseball? Did you ever play the Konami ball where you got a big head?
Yes.
Yeah, that game's awesome.
Yeah, I've got a number of the NPB games for the Super Famicom, and you can play the stars of the early 90s, so Hideki Matsui and Ichiro and Hideo Nomo in those games, so they're a lot of fun to play.
This one's called Nippon Pro Baseball. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, heard of it.
Okay. You know, it came out for the iPod.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the 2 years of it came out for the iPod back when back when you played it.
All right, Stink. I think you need to go take a nap. You have that Life magazine? He has this.
Hey, that's got Michael Jackson on the cover.
Yeah, Escape from Neverland.
Oh,
let's not talk about that.
Oh, I better beat it.
Hey, Stinky, why does Michael Jackson like Kmart?
Because they got boys' pants half off.
All right, you do remember those jokes. Okay, get out of here. Well, at least we got to find out a little bit more about you, David. That's
great to meet with Stinky.
Oh, yeah. Everyone always,
Hashtag team characters.
All right. That's right. Hashtag team characters. Hashtag team theme song. That's another thing I want to tell you. Now that we got David on here, maybe it's time for you to go back to iTunes, you see. And, of course, give us a 6-star rating.
15-star.
15-star? Is that what you I think
15-star rating.
We should do that. And not only that, but...
And maybe, advertising dollars.
Oh, my God, yeah. By the way, how about giving us a review that's not from 2009? Saying the theme song's too long. Hey, you know what had a great theme song? Mighty Orbots. You know that, right?
I don't.
What? Wait a minute. You grew up in the 80s.
I did.
Well, go Mighty Orbots. Look up the theme song.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, Munch. Munch was my favorite guy.
In the 80s, I was, what was I watching? I was watching, like, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Okay. And I bet you were, because you liked that NES stuff.
I did, yeah. I love that game. Well, the first one. The second one is an abomination.
You didn't like
the second one's an abomination. What was the other one where those...
DuckTales?
DuckTales was huge. The things that were underwater and they had, like, little spouts on their heads. Snorks. Loved the Snorks.
Snork fan.
Snork fan.
That's unusual. That's unusual to have a Snork fan.
Yeah, I had all those little Snork.
Did you?
They're like PVC action figures.
Sure.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Yeah, I'm into any type of.
They're adorable, like Ninja
radioactive
Kid.
Plastic. They are. Let's talk about Ninja Kid too.
Here's the thing.
Yes,
Japan is like the motherland for creating adorable figures / stuffed anything.
Yeah.
Ninja Kid is like, it's almost like Mario over there. They produced games from 84 to the early 90s. You'd think that they would have Ninja Kid stuff.
Yeah.
There's no Ninja Kid stuff.
I blame UPL.
Okay.
And I blame the publicist that released the game. I thought Taito released Ninja Kid in some version. But you're right. It definitely... Jaleco Mind. But... Didn't Taito have something to do with one of these? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
HAL was one of the publishers.
Okay. There's another winner, HAL.
Yeah, HAL.
HAL and Jaleco, boy, you got it all. UPL, HAL and Jaleco.
Talk about hit or miss, right? Some of the best and worst games ever made.
Absolutely. A Ninja Kid 2, I want to talk about this.
The side-scroller.
It is a side scroller, but you get to choose from 3 cards immediately. You get to pick a bucks, and that depends on where you're going to start and what's going to happen. Because I picked number 3 immediately, and I was right back to climbing up a mountain.
Yeah.
Then when I went back and played 1, I was side scroller. I was like, what the?
Ninja Kid has flames.
Ninja Kid 2 has flames. Ninja Kid 2 has monsters that you fight against. Ninja Kid 2 allows you to get that psi weapon.
Matches for monsters.
Oh, matches for monsters. Thank you, Siri, who I did not ask for anything. I love it. What were my matches for monsters?
I shut it off.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have any matches for monsters.
I wanted to know the matches for monsters, because are you Team Frankenstein or Team Dracula?
I'm Team Munster Cheese. Delicious.
And now we got to get Stinky back in here.
Yeah,
talk about smelly cheese.
That's foot cheese.
Oh my.
Yeah.
We talk games. 100% game talk, 0% filler. We talk games. It's We Talk Games, video game review show. 100% game talk, 0% filler. Only on We Talk Games. Come on, We Talk Games, go! Ninja Kid 2, the first thing I noticed was that it was the same game because I chose card number 3. But everything looked a little smaller, but it had more animation, it had more colors. It really looked like a giant leap.
The graphics are way better. Way better.
Technology really took off. Another thing I really noticed was how great the first Ninja Kid was. Because we bring up, is it a true arcade game? I think Ninja Kid 1 is a true arcade game. I'm not sure Ninja Kid 2 is as much of a true arcade game as Ninja Kid 1. And that's because Ninja Kid 1 sticks to that formula. In Ninja Kid 2, you have these bonus levels as well.
Yeah, you had bonus levels in Ninja Kid 1, 2, where you're just trying to collect all the orbs.
That's right, okay.
You're just trying to collect the orbs as fast as you could.
Right, and in Ninja Kid 2, you're trying to climb up a tunnel.
Yeah.
Or else you'll start with no weapons, is what the guy says, which I never did that because I climbed up the tunnel.
Right.
Talking about Bonk climbs up sides of things too, but he munches his way up.
Right.
In this one, you sort of make those same noises as climbing up as Bonk does. And this one is very nice in Ninja Kid 2 because it won't be as frustrating to play because when you hit the jump button, you jump up. If you want to jump down, then you press down on your joystick and jump like a normal action platformer would. Ninja Kid 2 also features some puzzle elements, like hard puzzle elements. Like, okay, there's a door I get to finish this level. I don't finish it by just beating all the enemies on the level. There's a door over there. There's a fireball triangle over there. The screen actually goes around in an asteroids type of feel on that mountain. In other words, you go on one side, come out the other. Mm-hmm. The mountain is actually maybe 2.5 screens wide, but once you get to the one side of the mountain, you're on the other side of the mountain, so you got to go up different places.
Sort of like, was it Iron Sword 2?
Is that what you did in there?
Yeah.
Now that's a claim, right?
If memory serves me right.
Yeah, and that was, I think that he was also part of the company we bought out, Video Power Team, I think he was called, yeah. We bought Video Power Magazine, which is not part of Video Power. Video Power Magazine was its own thing, and that merged with We Talk Games, and Stinky owned everything, except we found out some things that we're still in litigation about that we can't mention. Yeah,
that's tough.
That's how that
Do you remember who's the cover art for Iron Sword 2?
Yeah, Vallejo. Boris Vallejo, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
How about Frank Frazetta? Did he do any? He did the Molly Hatchet, and then Boris Vallejo did a Molly Hatchet. And, I love Boris Vallejo. He lived in Allentown here. Did you know?
I did not know that.
Have you been from the Lehigh Valley?
Yeah, I'm from Lehigh Valley.
Okay.
Yeah,
he lived in Allentown.
Grew up in Allentown.
You know all the women that he would, have
Boris
very voluptuous women on his...
On the covers of...
On his paintings, yes.
Yes.
That was his wife, pretty much.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. She was... Wow.
Interesting.
Like, zip, bap, bang, pow. Right? All of the things in the places and the stuff with the guys and the Jell-O pudding. Yeah, Boris Vallejo. Yeah, you could go right up to his door and knock on his door and say, hey, what's going on? I'm working on a painting.
Huh.
He whipped those out. He knew how to paint.
I would love an original.
Would you?
I would love an
on
original.
the side of your van.
Yes. Down by the
Frank
river.
Frazetta on one side and Boris Vallejo on the other. Mm-hmm. But wasn't Fabio like the model?
He was the model.
For the first
Fabio
Science
was the
Sword or
model. Not for the first one, the second one.
for the second one. Oh,
Yeah,
my.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
The
That's
first
good.
one was
Romance
Wizards and
novel.
Warriors.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about Ninja Kid 2? What happens there? You go around and you
It's
ninja people.
you shuriken people.
Just as cute.
Just as cute. Same dynamic where you're trying to get them off balance or stun them.
And you can stun the monsters too, and they get just as nice and alternating pop-eyed as in the first one.
Yep. And it's also timing your shuriken throws so that when they are jumping up at you or coming down at you from their jump, you're hitting them before they can throw their shuriken at you.
The dude that throws the fireballs, the one monster, you don't want to try to battle with him. You want to just get out the way. And the nice thing about this is there are ways that you're just a Ninja Kid head away from getting hit by things, but you're on a level that you can work with. Now, the one play mechanic problem with the Ninja Kid 2 is that when you're going up the mountains, you got to look for the ledges, and the non-ledges look almost exactly the same, but the ledges that you could stand on are just a tiny bit thicker. They're like double the size of the ledges that you cannot jump on, which look like mountains parts that you could jump on, but you can't, and you'll notice that when you fall all the way down.
Yeah.
You start out like falling out this window and you fall all the way down the mountain, and then you crack your head and you're stunned. I landed on my feet the one time, and I can't figure out how the hell I did it. I know I was pressing jump and something, and I was pressing around in a circle, but I can't figure out how I landed on my feet, and I was only able to do it one time. The wonderful thing about both of these games, well, especially in the first one, because the first one, your duty, he said duty, your duty is to defeat all the enemies on the screen. When you begin your game again, after you turn into a bunch of feathers, you've already defeated those amount of enemies on the screen. And when you put in another quarter to continue, you've already defeated those amount of enemies on the screen where you left off. So that's pretty amazing. And once again, you can't spell stinky on both of these games, except now you have a couple fruits that you could throw in there as well. If you want to just be all cherries, you be all cherries. I don't care. Do it. I did. I didn't like it, actually. But if you like that type of thing, you want to be an apple, you could be Fiona Apple. Whatever happened to Fiona Apple?
She still makes music.
Does she?
She's really good.
Does she share my bed?
No. Oh, no.
Damn it.
She is
What's
beautiful.
wrong with her?
She came out with a song with her sister in it.
Oh.
Where they're both singing back and forth. I love it, and I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, my.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
look it
Sailor?
up, people.
What are you doing lately? Going
She is...
limp in your own hands. That's what you're
yeah.
doing. Yeah, I love the Fiona Apple. And you can put all apples, and that's probably what she does when she wins at Ninja Kid 2. Or what did you call it?
Ninja-kun Kid.
Atomic Robo Kid.
Ninja-kun Ma-jo no Boken, which translates to Devil's Castle.
So it does. That's why if you look it up, you're going to get a lot of Devil's Castle things.
Yes.
Which happened.
Ninja Kid, Devil's Castle.
Ninja Kid and Ninja Kid 2, if you're looking it up on your MAME wheel, both I recommend that you play. Would I go back to them? Yeah, I go back to both of them because I want to get further along in it. I think the first one has more of that arcade want to go back to-ness about it, but the second one has a lot to explore because I'm still not certain how things progress in that game. I still don't really understand picking the 3 cards and what it means to me as a person, but I will tell you that the palette swaps in Ninja Kid 2 are nuts. I always talk about how the palette swaps in the TG16 were crazy, especially when I mentioned that I was playing the Turbo Express. I was playing the Turbo Express and I was playing Alien Crush Alien Crush on it. And this is Alien Crush is the pinball game that things look like Alien, except it has poor man scrolling flashes between top and bottom of the pinball table. But it has all these goopy Alien 2 blood goop oily things going through it. And my stepfather at the time saw me playing it and he said, you know, the screen is so clear. He goes, "What is that, oil in there?" And I was like, "No, that's how each pixel had three RGBs on it." So each pixel was 3. Well, that's what a normal computer screen is. But, I mean, that's how tight this monitor was. That's why you didn't have the Link scan lines. That's why you didn't have the Game Gear scan lines. You had a real computer screen on your Turbo Express, and it played all your Hue cards. When Street Fighter came out, it was the only way you could play a portable Street Fighter, and it was cuckoo because in order to get the Street Fighter 2, I mean, there was a bubble that came out so it could have that extra memory in that Hue card. The only horrible thing about playing on your TurboGrafx was that because the Turbo Express only had 2 buttons, you had to use the select button as your weak, and then the 2 button was your medium, and the 1 button was your strong. And then that was, say, your punches. Now to switch to your kicks, you had to hit the start button with your stick hand. Then you had to hit the select, the 2 and the 1 as your kicks. So it was hard to play, but it was beautiful to look at. I mean, it was gorgeous. It was almost arcade perfect. And looking on that small screen, that was just insane back at that time. I'm also a guy that had the Neo Geo when it came out for your home. So
yeah, no.
You know,
we could not afford the
You
Neo
already
Geo.
talked about not knowing anyone with a TG16.
There was one kid in the neighborhood. His dad was a urologist. He was the only one with a Neo Geo.
You know, my first name used to be Richard, and my last name is Czech. So I don't know why I didn't become a urologist.
Right.
Dr. Dick Czech to urology, please. Dr. Dick Czech to
And then
urology.
you would have been the one with the... You were the Neo Geo kid. You were the Neo Geo kid.
As Kyle would tell you, Neo Geo is my second favorite game. Because I mistakenly said game instead of game system. But Neo Geo is my second favorite game system. My first favorite is, of course, the PC Engine. Mm-hmm. How about you, before we wrap up the show? I already know the answer. Go ahead.
It's the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
You know,
oh,
it's the Super Nintendo.
I thought it was the NES.
No, it's the
I got
Super
it wrong.
Nintendo. Yeah, it's the Super Nintendo because I love the classic JRPGs
Okay.
that are prominently featured on the Super Nintendo.
Sure.
With Final Fantasy 2 and 3, aka Final Fantasy 4 and 6.
You love The Secret of Mana.
Love it. Love Mana.
Really? Okay,
love the sequel to Mana, which only came out for Super Famicom.
The no longer a Secret of Mana.
That's right.
Because you already learned the secret.
Yeah, and both of those games.
This is no secret to me.
Both of
Mana.
those games are coming out, I think, in a week or two for the Switch.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they're all coming out as a bundle that you can play on the Switch.
And you, of course, love Final Fantasy Adventure.
No. No one loves that.
You weren't a baby?
No, no one loves that.
Goo Goo Gaga Lollipop.
Yeah. I love
liked it.
Earthbound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One of the greatest games ever
Now, did you buy
made.
the big giant box?
I did.
With the
I did. I wish I would have never opened it. Now it's
about
worth
that?
a fortune.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
So it came with a box. It had the strategy
It had
guide.
the scratch and sniff stickers. I still have some of those.
Oh,
Not all of them.
right.
And it also came with a player's guide, and I still have that.
The FEMA.
That is in terrible.
The FEMA.
Terrible condition.
Why am I calling it FEMA?
I think my basement flooded one time, and my player's guide got caught up in that, so it's a little bubbly. But
Yeah.
I still have it.
But I thought it also came with something else. Did it? It didn't come with a controller, right? It came with
No,
just the
player's guide, the scratch and
strategy
sniff
guide, okay.
stickers,
and the giant box with
the giant box. I think it came with some cards or something.
maybe of the characters.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I don't have
had
those
that.
anymore.
I had it. I used to play it with the Super Scope 6. I loved playing Earthbound with the Super Scope 6.
Yeah.
It didn't work at all,
Yeah.
but I loved
Yeah,
it.
no, it was fun
I
just to carry
pretend.
around. I just had a bat over my shoulder as I was playing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Right.
You know, it's like that kid that goes around in the arcade. He never has any quarters. He just pretends he's playing something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I always wanted to somehow Jimmy opened the coin slot and just shove that kid into the arcade machine. Because I wanted to play Tempest. Get out of the way. Pretend playing kid. All right, Ninja Kid 2, play them because why shouldn't you? And what are the other
They're
ones?
fun.
You know all the other ones?
My favorite is actually Ninja Jaja Maru-kun.
That's right.
And that is the brother game to Ninja Kid.
What other Ninja
Devil's Castle
games were there? Do you know?
Those were the three big ones. They all came out in the 80s, 84, 85, and 87. Look them up. And
Punk.
again,
Punk is a
Jaja
house.
Maru-kun.
Yeah.
For those of you who just want to go screen by screen, where you have to defeat one screen before going to the next.
That's what I'm going to do.
And you want to jump on a giant frog and eat
I
your
wanna
enemies
do that.
with some cool ninja music in the background.
Is he a poison frog? Is he yellow and purple spots?
No. He's just
green?
a giant green frog.
Okay, well, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And then the boss, again, Guerrilla War totally ripped off the end boss.
Okay.
So.
Oh, you know what? We're going to talk about another game that had some pretty cool bosses in it, too. Okay, everybody. Hey, well, that's that. Thanks for being with me, David, and I hope that you could join in on the We Talk Games again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And be a part of it. I think everyone will enjoy these shows. We hope that you like me. Bye-bye. We hope you like me. Bye.
Squash it, Ichima. On the water squat. Skirt. Your dirty moment camel. Skirt, skirt, skirt. All can ninjas go ramble, 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 ramble. On the water squat. Skirt. Your dirty moment camel. All can ninjas go ramble, 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 ramble. 잊지마 우리가 잊지마. 빛이 나 우리가 빛이 나. 신경 꺼 너는 너 나는 나. We the killer whales 날개 삐고 돈이에서 수영. C-O-H-O-R-T we the cohort patties boys. Motherfucker fucker 주둥이 마 fucker. 너는 너 나는 나. 받아들여 어서 너는 남들 욕할 때 나는 돈 벌러. 脳みそにジョロは日課マーケにキス神を祝えまた次の戦に行く広げる世界地図 Them ninjas on the mission 邪魔者は容赦なく切る死ぬ生きるかけてりゃ当然の義務見てみ気分人は最後ロンリー残せるものは大いにこうしたことないこの一生に Hey motherfucker you can feel my pain 酔いはしてないわけそりゃ死んだ目じゃ追いかけてこないティンカベルララチックスワン here On the water squat Your dirty moment camel Skirt, skirt, skirt All can ninjas go ramble, 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 ramble 참 zombie 너무 마신 싸구려 codeine 여전히 몸엔 coming Can't move down you know it going 하루에 너 motherfucking name 난 욕조에 누워 쇼핑해 이거 babe Kiss 8 bitch my killer whale 수영해 우리 곧 돈으로 수영해 너네 컴퓨터로 구경해 너네 삶까지 내가 주연해 그니까 잊지마 내 이름 절대로 잊지마 내 팀은 잊지마 절대 내 이름 잊지마 절대 내 팀은 왕국에서 우리 인심 그래
잊지마 I'm a motherfucking trendsetter All my shit very rare Never seen a map 믿지마 너네 오빠 돈을 벌긴 개뿔 개소리야 돈을 벌긴 개뿔 여전히 몸엔 개모상어 가죽 걸친 채로 여기는 강남대로 골목길 들어가면 우주로 걸음 안에 평화 주머니 안에 놀보전 안에 정신은 돌고 돌아 서재 자리기면
On the water squat Your dirty moment camel Skirt All can ninjas go ramble forget 覚えとけ忘れるなあれこれそれ大切なのどれいらないもの捨てちゃおういるものだけありゃ幸せなのかもしれないだろうありがとう俺は俺の足で歩く綺麗な靴また汚しまくるシューレース外すエアフォースワンそれかボロいコンパスと重たい革ジャンで気分はロックスターチューインガムを噛みながら聴いてるブルーハーツもうやりたくないことやってる暇はねやりたくないことやってる暇はねって言ってたマシ田代じゃない過去の話すんのダサいから昔のこと忘れちゃったらいい
Yeah!